Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the short film The Movie Star that I released recently, then pause and go watch that before you watch this episode. This is a behind the scenes look at how I did some of the audio. So definitely go check it out real quick and then come back here and watch this video.
I don't understand. There was a girl right there, and there was a camera right there, and there were lights.
Alright, so this is a pretty normal looking scene, and for the most part it is, except for the way that I recorded the audio on the main wide shot, and how I did a simple visual effect to make it all work. First up, a quick look at the audio gear we used. Over here, I've got a microphone. This is a Rode NTG4 Plus. I've got it on a stand. Sometimes on these small crew jobs, it's good if you're stationary to have your mic up on a stand like this. That way you don't have to have someone hold it. And I recorded this into an external recorder, a Zoom recorder, not into the iPhone. And then I sync everything up in post-production. But the stand holding the mic is key to this setup. Let's check out the final scene one more time.
I don't understand. There was a girl right there, and there was a camera right there, and there were lights.
And now the original shot. This is the raw footage. No color correction, no visual effect.
I don't understand. There was a girl right there, and there was a camera right there, and there were lights.
And there's a microphone. We don't see the lights in this shot.
I don't understand.
So let me try to explain it so you will understand. We did the scene with the mic in the shot, and then I got a background plate too, and I married those together in post-production using masking.
There was a girl right there.
And so now I'll get into a screen recording in Premiere Pro and show you what I did. All right, so here we are in Premiere Pro, and this is the original shot. Again, no visual effect here and no color correction done. By the way, this was shot FiLMiC Pro flat. And I actually shot it 16:9, but I'm editing in a 2:1 aspect ratio. So that's actually how the real footage looked. And so I pushed in on it and reframed to make it into the 2:1 aspect ratio. So as you can see in this shot, the mic is in there. And so how did I make that not be there? Well, you shoot a background plate and you mask. You could do this effect in any software that allows you to do masking. So Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, After Effects. You could even do this in Photoshop. Since it's a static shot, you could just go in and cut it out in Photoshop. You cannot currently do this in LumaFusion though, for those wondering. LumaFusion, at the time of this recording, does not allow masking, which I hope they will add in the near future. All right, so let me put this back together. That's the final shot without color correction. There's the original. I turned the mask off. And so the way this works is you have a background plate. This is the background plate. Right now it's just a freeze frame. And now I can show you the mask. So you see the outline around where the mic was. Basically what you're doing is you're cutting out a hole, and then the video layer below that, the clean plate, fills in that hole. So now you can see the hole there. And I feathered the edges to make it blend in better. So right now the background plate is turned off, and now it's back on. And so you end up with a cool shot that you otherwise couldn't get. And so I just cut and pasted and I added that in. Here's that shot moving. And now with the mask turned on. And now with the plate disabled, so we're seeing the hole. You can see he gets pretty close to it. So now I'll show you quickly how you do this. In Premiere, you do it under the opacity tab. Over here, you've got a pen tool. You grab that and it creates a mask. And then you come over here to your image and you basically just draw around it, whatever you want to cut out. Now what that did was it cut around the microphone, and so it thinks I want to see the background plate. but instead I need to invert that. So now that it's inverted, you've cut out a hole and the microphone is now gone and the background plate is filling that area. So I can turn that off and turn that on. And then you can also feather it. Here it is moving one more time. So again, just to recap, you got your original shot, you put your background plate below it, the top layer would be the original shot, you draw a mask, and voila, you've erased the microphone. By the way, this is used in movies and videos all the time to take out whatever you want to take out, whether that's a light, or whether that's a microphone, or whether that's anything in the frame that you don't want there. Now obviously with this kind of shot, it's easier because it's a lock-off. If the camera is moving, it makes it much more difficult. You'd have to do tracking, but it's all doable for sure. Just takes more time and more thought. And that's one important point I wanted to mention too. Knowing what you can do in post-production while you're shooting is very important. And that way you can do this kind of thing. This is almost like a hack in a way. Since I shot this movie with a 2-person production crew, I don't have the manpower to have another audio person or to use lavalier mics. And on top of that, personal preference, I don't like the way lavalier mics sound compared to boom mics. So in this situation, I wanted to use the boom anyway. And by doing a visual effect like this, I was able to do that. I was able to get the mic close enough to where the audio is good, because otherwise if you had the mic back behind the camera or out of the frame, it would sound way too distant and it would be way too echoey. You always want to get the mic as close as possible, just for the cleanest audio, that is. So here's the final scene one more time, with the final sound mix, color corrected, and the visual effect.
I don't understand. There was a girl right there, and there was a camera right there, and there were lights.
This scene, the majority of this short film, was shot on an iPhone, a XS Max. If you'd like to learn more about smartphone cinematography and smartphone video and make your own movie, check out our new course on that exact topic. This course is available now, along with our FiLMiC Pro course, so please check those out. Links are in the description. And don't forget, we also have a companion filmmaking podcast. I'll be doing more behind the scenes videos around this movie, so look for those in the near future. Hope you found this tip helpful. This is Blake Calhoun. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.